I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
Popular VTuber just destroyed her career live on stream.
Okay, let's go. Pop off.
From what I understood, I think she used to be part of one of the more popular Spanish-speaking VTuber agencies. But that VTuber agency went through its own heavy controversies. And I think she was one of the VTubers in that agency.
Welcome back, guys. Looks like it's not actually just the EN VTuber community with craziness going on. We've got this post from 4 hours ago on our virtual YouTubers titled Hispanic VTuber and ex-Owozu talent raccoon
That's how it was
DOXXES
called.
leaks private and personal information, spreads lies, attacks innocent people, and doxes family members of other VTubers on livestream.
So, okay, I thought she doxed her own family. She doxed the family members of other VTubers. What? Is it like literally like take out your enemies, take out your competition by hook or crook? This is gross. Oh my god. How about you just work on your content?
In order to save herself. It's like the sort of title that just gets crazier the more you read it. Just gets worse and worse. And so this VTuber Raccoon, I'm not familiar with them, but they've got like over 400,000 followers on Twitter and on Twitch. Let's take a look. So we got links here, but skipping that for now. Yesterday night, former Owozu talent went live on Twitch to clear her name after being ousted of manipulating and using others for her own personal gain in her quest for personal revenge. Instead, she exposed all personal information of both the involved and innocent unrelated people. She did the following.
Okay, so she was just lashing out at everyone and everything at the same time, just splashing around to grab onto anything she can reach. That is so gross. As well as, I think, hold on, let me double check something. I could have sworn I've seen Remma make a video on this group. Maybe I saw someone else's video. Okay, moving on.
Exposing the personal phone of other ex-Owozu talent's livestream. Exposing the RUT, Chilean DNI, of the ex-Owozu talent, Nene, on livestream, something which is illegal under Chilean law and risks being arrested. She revealed to secretly record Discord calls despite telling the other side she doesn't, thus recording them without their consent. Openly leaked the address and real-life name of several VTubers in the community.
Name wouldn't be that bad, but the address is very bad. What is happening with the VTuber community? This is so bad. I feel like the anonymity of hiding behind a model is creating so many monsters with so many capabilities of just hiding and running away. It really gets to a point where I'm genuinely thinking it's better not to interact with any VTubers at all at this point.
Leaked the names and homes of other ex-Owozu talent's families. Exposed the private life of that Kendo person, Kendo Murphed, and Chessa VT, including their sexual life for no reason at all. Attacked, doxed, and leaked personal name VTubing news channel Fuel, because according to Raccoon, Fuel was a conspiracy / plot of Owozu to try to take full control of VTubing news, thus monopolizing it, so Owozu can create drama and whitewash themselves at will? Is that like supposed to be whitewash or something? General sociopathic behavior during all the stream. The reaction to this stream has been overwhelmingly negative, with almost all VTubers in the community cutting ties with her, while her stream moderators openly called her out during the stream as a manipulator. Moreover, several content creators are considering taking a lawsuit against her, which can make her end up in prison under Chilean law.
No, I think they shouldn't be just considering it. They actually should file some legal stuff against her. Because this is dangerous. You never know who's on the other end of the screen watching you, obsessing over you, or planning to harm you.
Yeah, you never know with these kinds of people.
Like exposing an address to the whole wide internet, it leaves you so vulnerable. This is really horrifying.
It is expected several content creators will make a stream talking about it. And spoiler alert, the one and only Remma Evenstar has already made a stream talking about some of this stuff already.
Okay.
We'll take a look at that in a moment, but first, some of the stuff that was linked here, and some of the... I thought April was already over. It is. May is Spanish VTubing's turn to implode. I don't know anybody in...
Jesus Christ. That is true. April, the top of the English VTubers, just full meltdown in the community. May, it's Spanish VTubers. I really do believe that it has something to do with not having to face consequences because you're constantly hiding behind a model.
involved, but as a Chilean, I wanted to say, the RUT isn't the Chilean's driver's license, but rather the DNI, which means with just having someone's RUT, you can make your way into getting their address, full name, and a ton of other personal info. It's basically as much of a full docs as there is.
Yeah.
So it's similar to a social security number in American? Yes, exactly that.
Oh
Here's
my
some of the memes that
God.
people are already making about this stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know how to read this, but we could see this one. Anyone in the comments who could translate this for us, it would be much appreciated. And then we've also got this one. I'll scroll that a little bit. You can see clearly comparing Raccoon, that's Raccoon on the right, with Cinder there on the left. And a little bit more of a scroll. And yeah. Hopping over to Twitter, here is the tweet that Raccoon made, I believe, like, of the live stream where Raccoon began to do all this crazy behavior. To my understanding of the situation, that's what's going on here. Well, I mean, specifically it's going to the Twitch channel, but the most recent live stream titled Findel's Show, I believe is the one where this stuff occurred, according to my understanding of what's going on here. And that is still up on that Twitch channel. It's about 2.5 hours long, and for obvious reasons, I'm not going to be showing any of that in this video. But let's hop over to the comments right below this, scroll down a little bit, and see what some of the most liked comments are saying in response.
This is bad though. Like I honestly I don't even have much to say besides be careful with who you support, be careful with who you listen to, be careful who you trust as a content creator, and be careful, like don't let people on the internet know your actual address.
Yeah, don't, guys.
Don't let people on the internet know your full legal name.
This is like basic internet precaution, and we're just reinforcing the share your online, don't share your address, don't share your personal information, don't share your card information.
I feel like people in early 2000s were more cautious about how much information they would put out online than these days. I don't know what happened in the past few years, but it's like these days everyone they'll talk to you once and here the entirety of like geolocation where I'm currently am, where I shit, where I eat. It's like it's freaking weird.
To all this stuff. Auto-translated, of course. And you can already kind of get like a pretty clear picture of what people are saying. I mean, you already know, as mentioned from the post that we've already read, that pretty much
Simply put up a person who spends 24/7 recording all your calls, taking screenshots of all your Discord chats, and monitoring everything around like they're the police isn't right in the head. For all those people who still care about you, seek professional mental help. Is this VTuber going through like a mental break or something? Recording all the voice conversations and everything?
much all negative, but we'll take a look. Simply put, a person who spends 24/7 recording all of your calls, taking screenshots of all of your Discord chats, and monitoring everything around you like they're the police isn't right in the head. For all those people who still care about you, seek professional mental help. Then we got this one. Let's see this one. Hey, what the heck? Why did it do that? Whatever. It says, you put on a show, you could have defended yourself with all the evidence you had, and that was it. But you messed up incredibly by bringing in people who had nothing to do with it. How dare you involve family members in outside romantic relationships? How low? And the emotional control?
Yeah, no, it's really bad. Like, if anyone would have, so I'm a VTuber, right? If anyone would have involved like either like my mom or my niece, I'm pretty sure I would go berserk. And this is not the first time like a Spanish VTuber agency is having like a full breakdown happening. I think there was another agency who was basically keeping their VTubers hostages. It's the same thing that happened in the EN side. VTuber agency kept models hostage, kept channels hostage. If you even like feel like you want to leave, they will lock you out of the account. They will take your model. They will take your entirety like source of income. So it's like, it's as if the problem is not the language of the community, but the community.
Then really quick, a few more memes. Once again, if anyone could kindly explain these in the comments, it would be very much appreciated. We've got one more here. Actually, one more after that too. There we go. All right. So I mentioned that Remma also kindly addressed some of this stuff and provided more context and information about it, as well as how she's also like involved somewhat personally. It's all rather confusing, being that I don't understand everything going on here because the language differences. So we'll take a brief look at some of what Remma had to say on her live stream, and I'll also link the full thing in the description for you.
I wasn't supposed to go live today, but unfortunately I have to correct some lies and that somebody's been spreading about me. Some
What?
pretty egregious lies. They're pretty bad, which is why I feel like
Wait, like what? I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
I am forced to do this now. So just to give you guys a little bit of context, I don't think a lot of you know about Owuzu. It's like a VTuber agency which had all of their entire talent roster walk out last year. Around January, February, it wasn't really talked about in the EN sphere because the whole Selengate situation was going on at the same time.
Oh, that's why no one really talked about it. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I made a video about them. It was featured on my channel in... I don't remember. It's been a while ago.
That's the one I probably was trying to find. When I heard the name Owuzu, I'm like, I feel like I've seen Remma talk about it before. I try to keep up to date of the practices happening in the VTuber sphere because, again, me and Zen are new as VTubers. We kind of do need to know what's happening and what shit not to fall for.
It's been out for a few months now. Real shady things going on with that company. There's been several lawsuits between them and the talents. 3 lawsuits so far. One of them just concluded. And so the talks have resurfaced. Unfortunately, the girl lost. There seems to have been major oversight on the part of her team or whatever. Because I made another video about it. So go check it out. It's on my second channel. Now what is going on though is that because the conversation has resurfaced, some of the ex-employees and ex-managers that were working there are kind of like going around everywhere doing victory laps, which would be fine in its case if they only did that. Unfortunately, they've begun spreading awful and egregious lies about me, which I have to now put a stop to. Specifically, this one Owuzu, ex-Owuzu manager called Drakeout, who went around multiple content creators' stream to leak my DMs with him, which were pretty polite and standard conversation. So he is creating this narrative that my information was fed from an ex-Owuzu talent called Raccoon, which is obviously untrue. And I will prove this in the live stream.
Okay, so pause, my bad. I guess that one VTuber's name is not Raccoon, it's Raccoon. Like Raccoon from Dragon Ball Z, but with an N, I guess.
So, it kind of... I got a translation for this. It starts with Drakeout going on Nishigami's stream, and he's saying...
Wait. So the conversation actually happened. There's actual screenshot, there's actual evidence that Remma literally talked to this dude, not Raccoon, right? But he's walking around saying that Remma talked to Raccoon, so her information is incorrect. How stupid do you need to be to make that as a lie when there's clear evidence of it? You have to be pretty stupid. This is crazy.
Something like... The worst part is, you know what really pisses me off about that? Is that this girl named Remma, the Gringa, came up to me once.
He did not just say that.
once and said, "Hey, Raccoon told me this. Can you respond to these accusations?"
And so Remma goes on to refute that claim, showing that actually that's not true. She wasn't the one that started reaching out to people. It was actually Drakeout, according to this screenshot, that had reached out to her first. And it sounds like Drakeout has been like sending a part of this set of DMs that she has had with him to people, specifically showing only the part that Remma had said and conveniently leaving out the part where he's the one that reached out first. Remma has also made it very clear that there's more DMs, but she's not going to leak all those. She's
Good on her, genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, just be above all these lawyers and scumbags.
not going to do what these people have been doing, I think was her words. The reason she's showing this one specifically is because this is a set of DMs that he already had leaked, except for, as mentioned, the first DM there, which shows that he was the one that reached out to Remma first, according to this.
Yeah, you just got, bro.
He's so stupid. He's the one who reached out to her, and then she didn't talk to me. He's so stupid. Oh my god. You cannot be legally this stupid.
Screenshot. So she is using that to disprove those claims. And all of this is quite more long-winded. So as I mentioned like earlier, please consider watching our full stream. I'll link it in the description for you. All of this is to say, though, this whole situation is really bizarre. What's going on with like this Drakeout person, some of these ex-agency people, and Raccoon. It sounds like a giant freaking mess. And to be quite frank, I'm rather confused by all of it. But I found it interesting to see a crazy situation like this unfolding that was not in the EN space, because, you know, it's oftentimes this stuff happening in the EN space. So here's something that's a divergence from that. And also, change of pace talking about this.
Is literally just same stuff that happens in the EN sphere. It just literally copy paste in different languages.
As opposed to all the VA stuff we've had lately. But I do have to admit, my coverage is certainly not great here because the language barriers and all this context that I am out of the loop on completely up until this morning when I started looking into this. So multiple things have been going on here with this agent.
This is the second time someone is going after Remma in the past couple of months. The last time we talked about Remma, someone was going after her and saying that they will eat her.
Always that one cannibal dude in the community.
Why? Why does this keep happening?
I mean, well, first of all, the agency has seemingly had a ton of serious issues that became legal matters going on throughout the last year or so. Agency, once again, called Owozu, if I'm saying it right. And then all of this stuff recently coming to a head with Raccoon's recent live stream Findel show, and the situation also going on with Drakeout. In closing, we will return to the Reddit thread that we started with about Raccoon. This comment defending her, actually, saying the only bad thing she was showing was the face of Nene's mom, and I believe that was an accident, nothing else. A response reading. The stream literally did all the things listed by the OP, which were both immoral and illegal, plus most of them didn't serve anything beyond trying to screw with the girls. Quote, the only bad thing was showing the face of Nene's mom, nothing else, unquote. Bro, seriously? Even her own mods called her out for sociopathic behavior during all the stream. And this comment that says, you really don't know what doxing means. The OP responds and says, she leaked the DNI of Nene's mom's face. She leaked the house address of Harper Strikers, the real name of several VTubers, etc.
I mean, you cannot get more of a dox than DNI, face, address. This is the dox through and through. Like a person saying you really don't know what doxing means. My guy, what do you mean? What do you think a doxing is? Putting a person in a bag and bringing it to you? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, she literally doxed. But yeah, in conclusion,
This is
crazy
bad.
world we live in.
No, this is bad. Like, VTuber community is genuinely up in flames, and I've never been this happy to be this disconnected from it. Bro, leaking anyone's face on stream is giga cringe. Yeah, but this is not even just face. This is address. Literal address where they live.